Got you know this shit's fire. This shit's fire. Brand new caddy. Brand new caddy. Brand new caddy. Caddy.
Internet press play. Peace, everybody. What's going down? Shout out to everyone in the chat. We have a lively and supportive chat already. That's what I like to see. I don't actually have announcements today. I don't believe. If Marcus, the man in the shadows, the master moderator, the new puppet master, is listening and thinks I'm making a grave error by announcing that I have no announcements, Marcus, please let me know so I can fix that. I don't think I got an email though. And yeah, shout out to Marcus. He's the new man behind the veil. Let's just jump. CMR. What is the CMR program? I should know this stuff. Anyway, CMR program submissions are now live. Marcus is the one posting those messages in the chat, so I'm sure he'll elaborate it and drop a link in there. So let's jump into it. The moment we've all been waiting for. I haven't had a conversation with this man in some time. I think, it's been well over a year, right?
It's been well over a year. Yeah. I think the last time we talked was like right after I got signed, about 2 years ago, maybe 1.5.
Okay. Yeah. I think that sounds about right. So I definitely want to talk about the deal. I want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I have actually really long
Let's get
list
to
of
it,
questions for you.
Yeah,
good idea. Okay, Marcus did post the link in the chat. So if you want to be a part of the campus marketing representative program for BeatStars, check out beatstars.world/CMR. The link's in the chat. Definitely check that out. I wish I had a similar program when I was in college. I feel like I spent a lot of my years in college being antisocial rather than networking. So this is a good opportunity for people to take advantage of in that position. All right, Iceberg, you went 6 times platinum for the breakout hit Pop Out. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's amazing because right off the bat, it went platinum, then it hit 2, then it hit 3. And I know you were posting periodically. Did you ever think it would get this certified? I mean, 6 times platinum is damn near diamond. You're close to being a diamond producer. That must be an amazing feeling.
It's amazing feelings. I mean, just it stayed in the charts for 2.5 years now. It just keeps I don't know. I think it's a timeless record that we made. It's like everybody always wants to pop out at a party. So whenever they're going to a party, they can play it. But man, it's I don't think I ever expected it to go this big. I mean, I had faith in the record when I first heard it, and now it's 6 times platinum. It's pretty crazy feeling. By the time I'm 30, hopefully it's diamond. 25 right now, so
I mean, it seems plausible, especially given how successful Lil TJ and Polo G are now, and
right,
they're still kind of early in their careers, and they're doing really well. I mean,
facts.
I would say this song propelled both of them into the spotlight, because since then they've just been winning consistently. How does it feel being a part of that, knowing that this one song launched 4 different careers at least?
It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think both of those guys are doing their thing, but they weren't 100,000 followers maybe each, and now look at them now on Instagram, 10 million followers. Just feels great to be a part of their journey, and also they helped me in my journey. I was making beats for 8-9 years before it finally got this one hit, and that's what I want to say to all producers. It just takes that one hit to get recognized. You put in that grind. There's so many talented people out there, and just need that one hit to get to the next level.
So I know you've told the story before, but how did the beat come together? I know it was a collab with another BeatStars user, JD on the track.
Yeah, JD.
Who reached out to whom? Definitely shout out to JD.
Yeah, shout out to JD.
The last time I interviewed you, I interviewed JD also around the same time, or was it the exact same interview?
No, it was separate.
It was separate. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so you both kind of told this story, but I actually forget, and there are some people who don't know the story. Who sent the idea first to whom, or who reached out to who? How did that,
So
just on the beat? How did the beat
on the
come
beat
together?
side, so I had probably 75% of the beat finished, sent it over to JD. We were collabing all the time, just knocking out a bunch of stuff. He was like my main guy, collaborator at the time. So we're just knocking out beats every day. And he finished it up and then put it on my BeatStars page. Actually, this 6 times platinum beat was sitting on my page for like a year, 8 months maybe, which is crazy. And then finally, he got it sent out to the. Well, that's how the beat came together. And then how the song came together, the song dropped without me even knowing. Somebody sent me the video. It's like all of a sudden they're like, I heard your tag on this song. It's a pretty good song. I'm gonna check it out. And like, oh, it's Polo G, Lil TJ. I've been hearing their names. It just started skyrocketing after a couple days. We're like trending #2 on YouTube, I believe. And I was just out of here, man.
So at the time of that record, neither TJ nor Polo G were signed then.
I believe they just both signed to Columbia. So they wanted to do that record together, and just blessed to be part of that record because I know people were like anticipating a Polo G Lil TJ collab, and this is the one that came out.
Okay, so how did they get the beat then? Was it from BeatStars, do you think?
No, I think JD sent it over to Lil TJ's A&R.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And because I know Polo G has recorded the beats of mine that he got off of YouTube. So I know they were, at least one of them was on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, this beat was on
beat.
YouTube and BeatStars for like 8 months. Somebody
That's
else,
crazy.
it's a good thing nobody else copped it before them.
Okay, so it wasn't even a top. So this beat that went 6 times platinum was not
Yeah.
even a top selling beat.
Nah, not at all. I don't even probably got no sales before.
That's one of those encouraging stories because a lot of people think if the beat doesn't go viral that it's not even
Right.
worth anything to anybody, and ironically that's your biggest hit song to date.
Right.
Okay, so JD sends it to Lil TJ's A&R. It drops. Did the video drop before all the paperwork was handled and everything?
Yeah, the video dropped before the paperwork, and then obviously it had like maybe 2 million views after a day, I believe. And then started getting the phone calls like, hey, we got to do paperwork right now. Let's get this done. Like, all right, let's do it. And that was my first time, really dealing with the industry side of it. Before that, it was all online beat selling. And now, yeah, and that was like my first experience with that. So skin calls from biggest people at Columbia be like, hey, you need to buy this beat. This thing's going crazy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
What was the first thing you did when you started getting those calls? Did you lawyer up? Did you
Yeah.
what did you do?
So I actually found a lawyer. No, I didn't find a lawyer. I actually was flying out to LA because started getting calls from a bunch of labels because you get one of these songs and they all want to start looking into signing you. And so I came out here and met my manager in the studio because I was just doing a couple of studio sessions with some artists. And my manager there, then he hooked me up with the lawyer, and then we took care of the paperwork, and yeah, that's kind of how it came about.
Are you still in contact with either rapper Lil TJ or Polo G?
Yeah, I send their A&R's beats, and actually I've had a couple of sessions with Polo, so we got some unreleased stuff that hasn't came out yet, but hopefully soon, man. I think we need another one.
Yeah. How do you stop yourself from speaking on these opportunities that haven't fully been realized yet? I mean, that must be difficult.
It is. You mean like songs that haven't came out, or?
Well, just anything, if you're in the studio, you record, say you did 2 or 3 records with Polo G,
Right.
Probably your instinct is to want to go online and be like, oh, just got 3 more.
For sure. But you want to I don't know. You learn like once you get in the industry, you want to keep it like you don't want to say anything before the song, the song's gonna come out. Then you're just getting your hopes up and like I have so many unreleased songs with big artists and I just don't want to really get too hyped up on them because 25% of the time, or no, it's probably like 80% of the time that song's not gonna come out, unfortunately.
It's a depressing estimate.
I'm sure a lot of producers go through that. Like, oh,
Oh
I
yeah.
got this song with somebody, and oh, it's gonna drop, we're gonna have a hit, and then it never comes out. It's it's just how it works. You just got to keep pushing.
So you're living in LA right now?
Yeah,
Where are you from originally?
North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota.
Okay, it's different culture, right?
Oh yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
really no music scene. A lot of it, I should say. There's really no music scene up there. So I was kind of, I don't know, just was always loving music, and I started making beats, and then yeah, out here is like much faster pace. Obviously, this is the hub of all music stuff. So now I'm just getting the studio every other day. Big rappers, and man, it's a blessing. It's really created a lot of opportunities for me.
So let's talk opportunities because 6 times platinum is a big deal. What opportunities did that placement bring you?
So obviously, yeah, I'm signed to Universal Music Publishing Group. That's that's a big blessing. Kid from North Dakota, it's pretty nuts. And then now I'm been in the studio with some really big names, and I got A&Rs DMing me, texting me every day. Say, I need a pack for this person, pack for this person. This brings like if you get a big hit record, it's gonna if you keep working hard, like a lot of people I feel like get complacent after they get something, but I just want to keep pushing and keep getting these hits, man.
I know JD also signed a publishing deal. I think did he sign his before you or after?
Um, I want to say it was right before me.
Was it also with Universal?
No, he's with Sony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was different, but then he also moved to LA around the same time as
He
well,
moved
right?
to Atlanta. Yeah, he moved to
Oh, you guys
Atlanta.
are on really different paths, but you're both. Isn't that interesting how it's two people involved in the same track, and then you both took different routes,
Right,
even
right.
geographically.
Yeah, because he's from Brazil. I'm from North Dakota. Probably the two complete opposite, the most opposite places you could ever think of.
Mm. I think Cash Money AP is also signed to Universal.
Yes, he is. Pretty sure.
So so I have a lot of questions about um, publishing deals and everything. Are
Yeah,
they pushing collaborations between their producers? Like, are you
hundred
getting in the
percent.
studio with people like Cash Money?
I haven't met with Cash Money yet, but they'll try to link me up with a bunch of different producers. I've done a bunch of producer sessions, and that's just a good way to spread out your network because I have my connections, and that producer will have their connections, and it kind of just spreads your network because yeah, you make 5 beats, maybe 2 for my connections, and then we'll make like 2 for whoever that producer's been working with, and then hopefully one of them lands.
So you were you referenced being offered multiple deals
Yeah.
from different publishing labels. What made you go with the deal that you signed?
So my manager, he had me going out to. We met with probably 10 different labels, and we met with UMPG, and we felt that it was the right fit. And yeah, my A&R is awesome over there. My team over there is awesome. They created a lot of opportunities, and they're all pitching what they could do for me, and that felt like that was just the best fit for what I wanted to do.
So just so folks out there who have never experienced this offer but may at some point, just so they
Right.
can kind of know what to expect. What were some of the points of these deals that were being offered? I mean, advance, opportunities, creative services. What does that all mean, and why was it that you decided on this one, and what makes this one so favorable for you?
Well, really, like the advance, the advance is a big thing. I'd say for producers though, when you get your first big hit, you don't want to take something too big. Like you don't want to take an advance that's too big, because a lot of people don't know you got to recoup that money. Like you have to like pay them back. It's basically kind of a loan. And what else? What else was the question there? It was the advance, and basically like, yeah, when you're thinking about who you want to sign with, you want to see who fits, who do you want to work with, who do they have connections with. And I just felt, for me, myself, Universal, they just had a good pitch for me, and great pitch for me, and had all the people I wanted to work with. My A&R's killing it at the time and still killing it, so just was a good fit.
What when you say your A&R is still killing it? What is
Yeah.
the role of an A&R in a publishing deal? Because that A&R was assigned to you by UMPG, I'm imagining, right?
Correct. So what their role is, they put together records a lot of times. Like they'll have this artist, this producer on their roster, correct? Like each A&R has their own team almost within the label. So, but you all obviously branch out with other labels too, but they'll try to get their team working together. And like she just put together that new Justin Bieber Kid Laroi song, Stay, I believe it's called, #1 in the world right now. So I think I'm with the right team right now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
All right, it's only a matter of time before we hear Iceberg "Want a Bag Bitch" on a Justin Bieber record.
for sure. That's the goal,
I,
man.
I want to talk about that tag in a minute, but
Yeah.
back to publishing deals, because that tag got me in some trouble. I think I told you about that way back. Being a producer in a publishing deal is also important, because in addition to the upfront money and in addition to the A&R being assigned to you, there are also these creative services. What does that entail?
Creative services, like it's an example.
Hey, you're the one in the publishing deal. Like what other opportunities are they giving you beyond just putting you in a room with other producers or rappers?
That's mainly been my main thing from them, which they provided, is putting me in sessions. But they they do offer like it's been mainly sessions, to be honest, which is really what I enjoy, because I think whenever I get into a session, I'm really good at working in sessions, I feel like, and working with the younger artists. That's kind of been my main thing. Like, I don't know if you heard of YSM Flow. I executive produced his album, his last album that he put out, and I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Are they offering
Any other things? Yeah, I mean,
licensing deals, syncs, that kind of thing? Are
yes.
you getting
Okay,
songs that
sorry.
you produce
Yes.
licensed, and then all of a sudden there's a check
Yes.
coming?
So, like UMPG, they're doing the whole Space Jam soundtrack last with LeBron James in it. So they had us working on stuff like crazy for that. And unfortunately, I didn't make it, but they probably had, 2,000, 3,000 songs in the cut. So that's kind of like hitting top out. It's like hitting the lottery, getting on there too. But
Yeah, because that
sync
would be
deals
good
are
money.
definitely, there's been a couple other movies it's working on, Fast and Furious. But yeah, that's another thing that they offer is sync licensing, which if you get something on there, that's a big bag. That's where their like super big money is.
Yeah, bigger than advances. In
For sure.
general, what are you seeing advances run? Like what's a range that a producer can expect when they're talking about a major label beat placement?
Depends on like me myself. I didn't want to go too high on the advance because you got to recoup it. So it's like you had, because if you recoup your money, you'll get another term afterwards. Like they'll re-sign you to a new deal, get a bigger advance this time because now you're more connected with people, and then a range
Well, I'm
of
not talking about
prices.
publishing deals in terms of each individual placement.
Oh, each individual placement.
Yeah, I
So
know publishing deals vary so much, and you probably don't want to talk specifics with
right,
that.
right, 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 right. So correct. I see it's about, my prices are about 5 to 10 right now. 5 to 10K.
Which is
But
probably pretty common, right?
yeah, I think that's very common. Unless you're, one of the top dudes in the game, they're getting probably 50.
All right, we have a
But
bunch of other
yeah,
questions coming. My bad. Go ahead.
no,
There's a
no.
delay or something, so I keep interrupting you guys.
No,
Look
it's
like
all
a
good.
jerk.
It's all good. Ask the question. Oh, you're good, bro. Keep asking questions.
It seems as though this anti-loop sentiment in the online producer community is growing. I'm glad you're shaking your head. That means you have something to say. You have people insisting that using loops is the worst thing you can do. You went 6 times platinum off a beat that I believe incorporated a loop, right?
It did, yeah. Minor to Go. Shout out to Minor to Go. He's you've probably heard of him. He's done so many tracks. He did a bunch of Polo G. I mean, that dude's probably platinum 50 times at least by now. But yeah, I mean, used his piano loop for that one, for the Pop Out song. So obviously I'm a supporter of loops. Like collaboration is huge. So I think, yeah, loops are definitely, whoever hates on loops, man, I don't know. They're just probably not making hits.
So, how did that all work out with the loop in terms of splits, in terms of negotiations, or was it a royalty-free deal?
That was a royalty free beat or loop at the
Loop.
time. Yeah.
Okay. Because a lot of people are afraid to use loops, period, even royalty free. I mean, I get my inbox is just flooded with people asking me the same question, which
I
is,
bet you do.
can I use these loops? Can I use the loops can I use this sample pack? Can I use that? And it's just like, I don't know, because each pack comes with its own terms. But a lot of
Right.
people continually ask, even though there are terms there, like if you have a Splice membership or you have arcade or sounds or
Yeah.
whatever, the terms are there. But I think a lot of us are just completely skeptical when we see royalty free. We're like, no, they're going to come back and ask. So okay, what was that sigh about?
No, no, no. It's just, yeah, it is it's murky waters there, but really you just gotta have a good lawyer. And whenever I use a loop, we split it 50-50. And I think that's how it should always be.
Got it. So
Yeah.
so you've never had any weird experiences with loops, or has
Nah.
that? Okay.
Nah, because I always make sure that, like, even if it's royalty free, I have my lawyer check, make sure, like, hey, is this good to go? Royalty free. We use this from Splice, Looper Man, whatever. Make sure that we're, covered and not going to get sued or anything like that. So, yeah.
All right, Bufo has a follow-up question. If you've
All
ever
right.
used any samples or loops that needed to be clear, and in that instance, who handled that?
Honestly, like, I used to love sampling like old records. Like, I go on YouTube and search like old Russian or Japanese songs and sample those. But, I kind of strayed away from that because they do, obviously you would have to clear that and give up some publishing. And so I stay away from that completely nowadays. If I'm trying to like send out stuff for placements.
Is that just something that you did because you want to maintain as much publishing as possible, or is that something that your publishers have suggested?
I mean, yeah, they suggested that, but at the same time, I was like, if I get another big song and I have to give up, you've seen what's happened with other songs out there. I don't want to name the songs, but that you could think of a few, and they've had to give up almost all their publishing, and like I never want to run into that ever. So I stay away from it now. Just stay. I got a small circle of bootmakers that I work with, and we're all homies, so we're good to go on the terms and stuff. If something ever does get placed, we're good to go.
So why is maintaining your ownership of the publishing, aka underlying composition, so important to you?
I mean, because the back end money, like you get, so say there's two producers, you get 50% of the publishing for the production side, and you want to keep as much of that as possible because, for example, Pop Out only had two producers, so each had 25%. And say we had four producers on there, we would have had, I don't know the percentages off the top of my head, but it would have been, a lot less back end money. That's really where you see the most money coming in. Like if you get radio plays and a lot of streams, like you're gonna keep way more money if you keep the number of producers that are on the beat down 100%.
So I want to talk about tags. Have you changed your tag, or is it the same?
Nah, it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember. I played when I was before COVID and all that. When I was in the schools, I played
Oh yeah.
the instrumental version of Pop Out for some middle schoolers.
Payne, I remember you telling me about that. You like, yeah, I played it at one of my lectures and I got in trouble because of the bitch. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't get in
Am I
real
allowed to cuss
trouble.
on here?
No, absolutely not. See, you're getting me in trouble again, man. No, I'm kidding. You're good. The I felt bad. I lost all color in my face in front of the room, but the teachers just kind of laughed. But she's like, they listen to that stuff all the time. It's like, yeah,
for
but
sure.
I mean, Iceberg really wants a bag. He's out here cussing kids out for it. There's been a lot of talk about tags now. I don't know if you've seen the conversations with one was with Jetson Made and another one was with DJ Mustard and then Digital Nas also. I think a couple of them were from Producer Grind interviews where I think all three of them said that tags could be problematic.
I saw little snippets of those. Yeah.
Okay, what were your first thoughts about that conversation?
So one, like, it makes sense. Like one of the dudes I saw talking about it was saying that I heard this tag back in 2016, and now I hear the same tag on it. Now the sound is going to be outdated. I don't know. I think it's, for me personally, I think it's just a branding tool. Like, and it just, obviously if somebody hears your name on a big record, it's just going to make them look you up, or it's, help build your brand. So I say throw your tag on everything, man.
Have you ever been in a situation where your tag was removed from a song?
Yeah, one couple times. Send the track outs to you send track outs to get the placement if the song's coming on. They say send the track outs. I always send my tag with it, but one that I can think of, yeah, they did take my tag out, which is all good.
So you're not going to fight for that too hard?
Nah.
Because some producers would, and I just wonder, I think a lot of the producers that would might not have ever experienced a placement when, I don't know. How do you, when you deal with a placement, does it tend to be a stressful situation, or because of your team, is it generally pretty easy?
No, my team is top notch, so usually it goes pretty easy. My lawyer's a beast, so we get it done.
So you're not fighting for individual clauses or stipulations usually?
Nah, usually they take care of it. I've been educating myself on all the deal points, and we usually get it a pretty fair deal every time. So yeah, I'm happy with the negotiations that they do for me.
What would you say are some of the most important or the most important deal point when it comes to understanding these producer agreements?
Definitely know, like, like your royalty points. You want to make sure that you're getting a couple royalty points on the track. You want to make sure that the publishing splits are fair. You want to make sure, like, I'm always about, like, say there's 3 producers on a track, you want to make sure everybody gets the same amount of publishing percentage. And then other than that, like the advance, I don't get too worried about the advance because I always believe, like, if I believe in a record, I'm looking more towards the back end. Like, because I've seen back end money from Pop Out, and I know that that can be life changing. So don't get too worried about the advance. But you know, we do have a threshold where, you know, we got our price set now. So if you can't meet it, then we might go down a little bit, but not too much.
Got it. So back to tags. And this is rare. When we're talking about Pop Out, not only was your tag in that song,
Yeah.
but on the title in the YouTube video, the official music video, you and JD's names were both included. And that's
Yes.
in the title, in
Right.
addition to the tag. How did that work out? Is that something you requested or did that just happen?
Nah, they just showed love and put it on there. Thank God. Because you see a lot of songs like do not have it even in the description on YouTube. So they really showed love on that one because people see our names right on the title. And that song has, I think, almost 300 million views on YouTube alone. So, but I think it should be almost like written into deals that, hey, if you post it on YouTube or like Spotify, you know, does the credits all the time. But like YouTube, I feel like can just producers make half the song. Our name should be in there.
Did that bring you a lot of attention then, just having your name in the title, would you say?
You know, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. My tag is pretty loud on that song too. It kind of just, you
Yeah,
know,
it is.
somebody yelling iceberg on a bag in the beginning. So yeah, definitely helps.
God, I had a follow-up question for that YouTube video. Okay, so when they dropped that, it seemed like the way you described it, having the song just out and the video just out without you even really knowing that it dropped,
Yeah.
it seemed were they kind of just moving like independence at that point, just dropping music and then after the fact letting the label deal with it?
You know what? I'm not sure who posted that song. If it was a label, or I'm guessing it was probably just one of the 2 artists posting it. And then the label's like, oh, it's probably supposed to let the producers know beforehand. But um, yeah, because it just came out of nowhere and just started blowing up. The label's probably like, oh shit, we need to hit up the producers and get right with them so we don't get in trouble.
But I wonder too, because so obviously they had to do that because the song was building up so much momentum that they knew there was
Yeah,
potential in it and they
yeah.
wanted it. I wonder, if had the song not done well, they would have just kind of swept it on the rug and been like, we had nothing to do with that.
I don't know. You'd hope that they would take care of business, but a lot of times, you know, stuff might. I think there's been one other time where, you know, something releases, it doesn't do too well, and then you don't really hear from the label. So, but then now that's, you know, that was before I had a lawyer and all that. So now that we have a lawyer, we can have them hit up whoever the label is or the artist and their team, and we can get it figured out.
So you have, I see right behind you, you have the platinum plaque for Pop Out, but now that it's
Dude,
6 times.
2 times. We just ordered the 6 times platinum. So
Okay, how much did that cost? That because it's got to have a lot of space for all those
yeah, I mean,
platinum records.
they tax for these plaques, man. I'm sure you know. You got a couple yourself.
Yeah, but I have no multi-platinum ones, and I know every time I say it's like, damn, it's $100 extra each time it goes, one more time platinum. So I'm assuming 6 times platinum's got to be around 1,000 at least.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's a really pretty piece of artwork, so it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was before I was in the music business, I was thinking that stuff just got sent to you. And then I was thinking, wait a minute, nah, that can because there might be 80 people involved in making an album. The label's not
Right.
going to spend $80,000 on plaques.
Nah, especially if there's, 60 producers on there. Can give every producer a plaque. So I think that's just how it is. I see a lot of complaints from producers like, oh, I shouldn't have to pay for my own plaque, but it is what it is. I'm just blessed
Yeah,
to
it'd be
have a
nice if
plaque
there were like
behind me.
yeah, if there were like a clause in the contracts where the
Hey,
plaque was just recoupable or something. It's like,
hey,
yeah.
maybe us producers start pushing for that.
I'm sure a lawyer can put it in, and I'm sure that the label can just redline that out. I've seen it happen
Yeah.
more than once.
Well, you just gave me a good idea there. So maybe we'll have to
Yeah,
start
send your lawyer an email after this.
for sure. I got you. Appreciate you, Payne.
I write these off. I've written plaques off on my taxes. Imagine
Yeah,
you have as well.
correct. Yeah.
So you have an accountant, right? At this point.
Yes.
Okay, you don't do all this stuff because a lot of people are like, "Oh, that stuff is easy." No, it's
No, it's
not, dude.
not. Being what's it called? Just your own business and tax season is crazy. It's so different from any other job. It's a lot of work, stresses me out every time, but it's nice having an accountant to help out with it.
Yeah, because when I was working a traditional job, I got a W-2, and that was it. And
That's
like
it.
now, I am the employer, and I'm the
Right.
employee, and I'm the
Right.
contractor, and it's just too freaking much. And every
It's too
placement
much,
comes
man.
with its own like every royalty stream is its own 1099, and
Yeah. No, it gets to be a lot, and yeah, I hate tax season with a passion.
well, the beautiful thing for us is tax season never ends because you're probably paying quarterlies, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so tax season is every single quarter. It happens 4 times a year. And then
True.
we get kicked in the chest in April, May. Like that's
Yes,
the
we
one that
do.
hurts.
That one hurts big time. But
Oh, and then you pay off your taxes, your the end of the calendar year taxes or the
yeah,
tax year taxes, and then immediately after your quarterlies are due. So it's just like
it's
you're
like
broke at
double.
the beginning of summer. You're just broke.
Right. Yeah. It's like a double kick to the chest, man. But won't want to be doing anything else, so I can't complain too much, man.
No, life is good. I just want people to know what's going on.
Hey, man, if you
Uh,
make it big in the music production thing, it's not everything's all fun and games.
but
Especially
look into getting an accountant, maybe. Just
for
if you
sure.
run a business, look into because
No,
I
I
want to
actually
just
say
make
that's
beats.
like priority number one. Yeah, because we just want to make beats. We don't have to worry about all that extra shit.
Okay, cool. So you obviously haven't stopped uploading beats even after you've gotten so many hit records out. Is beat leasing still a substantial source of income for you?
Yeah, you know what? For the first about year or so after I signed, I was in the mindset like, oh, now I got to keep all my stuff exclusive. I did delete all my stuff off YouTube for a while, and I kind of regret it because the algorithms on YouTube are just messed up right now. Um, but I started posting again and starting to see more money coming in from that because beforehand, I was making good money. I just talked to my manager. I'm like, yo, do you think it's good if I start posting on YouTube and BeatStars again? He's like, yeah, man, why not? Because I really want to keep myself exclusive. Like some people think, and for a while, people think it like devaluates your beats if you're selling leases and stuff. But nah, like I don't post every single beat on there, but some of my older stuff, and it's definitely another good source of income. You want to have as many sources of income as possible.
Yeah. What's your relationship with YouTube now? Given that I didn't realize that you had deleted all your beat uploads, and of course that's changed a lot. So
Right.
what's happening now with that, and what have you changed your strategy at all?
Yeah, I changed up my rebranded a little bit, just different thumbnails. Um, it's not one of my main focuses, but I do try to upload, I'll go through like periods where I upload every day, and then I'll kind of be like, uh, get busy with something else, working on a project with somebody, and then that kind of takes the back seat for a bit. But I do try to stay consistent because if I remember like back in the day before it was super saturated, you can make a lot of money on YouTube and beat stars.
So your advice to producers would be don't stop
Keep it,
posting.
yeah, keep it going. Yep, because I kind of regret stopping.
What was I gonna say? How often do you upload beats to BeatStars now at this point, given how busy you are?
Um, I kind of, sometimes I'll take like half a day or like 4 hours just to get a bunch of stuff scheduled. Like on YouTube, I'll schedule out beats for 3 weeks so I don't have to worry about it. I just take you one day to do that, and then you're good to go for those 3 weeks. And then once that's starting to end, I'll do it again. But yeah, I want to get back on it, start doing it more often, for sure.
All right. This is a good segue. Somebody did ask this question earlier in general. I don't know who did it. I think it was E. Shout out to him. But months ago, you posted a photo of you and NLE Chopper in the studio, and now you
Yeah.
have a new single with him. How did you link up with him?
So yeah, the day I met up with Choppa, my A&R texts me, be like, "Do you want to do a session with NLE Choppa?" And I'm like, "Yeah, duh, let's do it." So we link up. He's maybe a few hours late. I'm like, man, I hope he shows up. And he shows up, and he's good vibes. Choppa's super good vibes when you're around him. And that was our one session, and we made the song that's called "Mm-hmm." And the song's going crazy right now, but it's great. Like he told me he's got like 500 release songs, and the one song that he drops as a single is the one we made in our one session together. So
Do you think part of that was because of the chemistry in the session and the feeling that was created
100
as you were
percent.
making
I
the song?
I think it's all about vibes in the studio. Like you got to have good vibes. You know, that's what I think. I'm really good at being in the studio with artists and just being like, supportive, and I throw out ideas here and there, and it's just like another example. I don't know if Big Scar from Memphis. He's 1017. Did one session with him. Got the next single of his as well. So I don't know if I'm just getting lucky here. I don't know. I think if you create a good vibe in the studio, they're gonna remember that and just like remember having a good time making that song. And obviously, gotta have good beats as well. So, but the Choppa thing, that was pretty crazy. One session with him, and now we're locked in. We got some unreleased stuff as well. So, yeah,
Yeah, how many tracks did you make throughout that session? I know it wasn't
we
just
made
one.
no, we made the one song.
Just that one, and that was it.
Yeah, we worked on that song for like 8 hours, writing it and putting it together, and 8 hours to make that song. And I think it was worth it because that song's streaming pretty well now too. It's going pretty. It's on. I saw somebody told me they heard it on XM radio the other day. So that's another thing that if you get your song on the radio, that's where the real back end money. Like that's where you get paid the most from. It's like in the radio plays.
Okay, so take me through that session. So he shows up.
Yep.
What, you just have a blank canvas? How do you even start working on that beat?
So no, how I attack sessions is like first I'll ask them, do you want to work on a beat from scratch? Or I always come to sessions with very prepared, like I'll have a folder, different genres, and then I'll order beats to how like how I could hear artists fitting a beat. So I'll order them like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just play them in that order. And like I'll ask them what kind of vibes you feeling. So I have like melodic pack, I'll have like a trap pack, And I feel like that's another good thing, you know, come to the studio session super prepared, have the beats like ready to go. If they do want to make one from scratch, I'll do that as well. But a lot of times I think we can just make more songs and knock them out if we just like a lot of times I have like a couple days to prepare for a session. And so I'll just start cooking up a bunch of stuff that would fit their style and then just have a bunch of stuff ready to go for them. Then we can just
So
get
is that
right
what
to like,
happened here? You had that beat already done?
yeah, that beat was already done. So we just started going that session. We just started going through beats, and I think that was probably the third one I played for him.
Mm.
And then he heard it, and he like looked over and smiled at me, and he started the beat dropped, and he started just vibing and like, oh, this is probably the one.
And then was it already sequenced? Did you sequence it around whatever he recorded? Because you were in there for a while and
Yeah.
he recorded vocals and everything. Was there an engineer involved?
Yep. There's an engineer. His engineer Aaron is super talented guy, but that beat, the way it came out, was sequenced exactly how it was originally sequenced. And then the engineer obviously adds the chops and stuff to the beat, but yeah.
Okay. Got it. Because now I really have to find this damn question. It had to do with being in the studio with an artist. And it was from, I want to say Classy Beats. Yes. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Classy Beats. He says, what was it like getting used to working in a studio session versus working at home?
I mean, obviously it's a big change from going to being in your bedroom making beats to being in a session with artists. But you know, you learn as you go. Like the first few sessions I did out here, the first 3 sessions were Polo G, 24K Golden, and Kid Leroy. And I was, you know, we knocked out a couple songs, but back then I didn't know to get the bounces or like the songs from the engineer. So, and then I hit them up like a couple weeks later. 24K Golden's hard drive had crashed, so I don't have the song anymore. Same with Leroy, or not with Leroy, but yeah, I got that song. But it's a learning process. You get better as with each session. Honestly, you just figured out that yeah, you need to come to studio sessions prepared, have a folder of beats that would fit their style, and yeah, that's it's a big difference, but it's fun, man.
Are there any studio session do's and don'ts that you can mention?
For a producer, you just I mean, you just want to be cool, man. You don't want to push too hard for something, or I don't know. You just gotta be cool, man. That's not very good advice, but you just wanna, yeah. You don't wanna. I don't know. I just like, for me, I show up to a session, say what's up, talk a little bit. You don't want to talk too much. I feel like you just want to sit back and vibe, and then if they start talking, then we start talking too.
So we talked about your relationship with JD on the track.
Yeah.
Both of you recently produced a track for YK Osiris, I believe, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, tell me about that.
That one came about. So that song had been like released as a snippet that he posted on his Instagram. And then I don't know if you remember that you know, he was starting beef with a bunch of people.
It was like,
if you see
if
the
it was
album
beef.
cover, you'll
It
see
was the shirt thing that he wore, the outfit that
the
he wore,
shirt.
right?
Yes, it was the shirt. Yes. So he and then a bunch of people started calling him out, and then he put those people on the cover with them wearing the jacket. It's funny, but yeah, that's. I don't think it was meant to be used as that, but the song was just called "Mad Now." So it's like, I'm mad now, so I'm gonna use this song as the song to answer back to these people.
How did that track come about? Was that just more remote collaboration where you're sending ideas to JD and you're
Yeah.
going back and forth?
Yep. I sent them basically that beat, and he added maybe a couple things. And then I know he had a good relationship with Osiris. He has a couple other ones with him. And then yeah, that snippet came out. I actually had the song like a few months before the snippet came out. And it came out. I'm like, oh, we might have like a song coming out with them. And but yeah, that was just a remote collaboration. I mean, he's in Brazil, so I'd love to fly down there and work with him sometime, go to Brazil, but COVID is kind of tough.
Yeah, it's a little
A
difficult.
little tough.
Um, okay, you mentioned his name earlier, YSN Flow. It seems like the two of you work closely. How did you meet? What was your relationship with him?
So yeah, we met on my birthday. Was it 2 years ago? I was supposed to have a session with Wiz Khalifa on that day. That got canceled, and then it was Don Tolliver. That got canceled. So they're like, all right, we had you stay here on your birthday. Let's just get you in with somebody. And I'd heard of YSN Flow before. He had a song that was bubbling up. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's cool. We'll go work with him. And ever since then, like that first session, we made like 8 songs. The kid worked so fast. And it just, I don't know, it's like family since then. And then we kept working. And then we put together like a deal where I executive produced his album. And you know, you got to be obviously have a good relationship to be able to do that. So that's my brother right there.
Okay, executive production. What does that mean?
That means we're in the studio for 2 weeks every day for like 10 hours a day, and basically you're just kind of like, all right, we want to take it this direction, and we just work together on, I had like I'm the ones, I produce every beat on the album. And you just want to think of like a direction you want to take the album, what it's going to be about, and talk with the artist, just kind of put your heads together. And yeah, I mean, that's basically you're producing the whole album. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is that something you want to do with more artists?
100%. That was such a cool experience, man. We're in the works with a few other people, but I can't say names right now.
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah,
want you to. Okay, so I actually didn't know that you were on the Rod Wave album until
yeah,
last week. What's
yep.
the story behind the track that you did with Rod Wave?
So that was very early on. Me and Blake Slatkin, he did a bunch. He's been killing it. He did the new Bieber record. So that was set up by my A&R, and we just get a call. This is before Rod was really, who Rod is today. And I don't think he does a lot of studio sessions with producers. So we pulled up and we knocked that song out, that chip on my shoulder. If you haven't heard that one, go check it out. But
So
yeah,
that was created in the session with Rod
in
Wave
this
physically
in the
there.
studio, yeah, we brought out the guitar and he just started doing a cappella, and we started, taking things that, or he started freestyling. We were like, oh, we should keep that, place this here. We kind of made an idea for the song. And yeah, that song's just, I don't know. That one was really cool because Rod Wave was not too known then, and now he's like top star in the rap game right now.
Yeah, so that was
Obviously.
another plaque, right?
Yep, gold plaque for the album.
Is it somewhere
So
in that room?
no, I wish it was. It's on the way. It's getting ordered.
Okay.
These plaques are kind of backed up right now because of COVID again. takes
Oh, yeah,
takes
I didn't
me.
even think of it that way. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
waiting on. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a few other ones as well, just like Billboard plaques and stuff like that. So Polo G's album also went platinum as well. So I only had this one 2 times platinum one. So we need the 6 times platinum. We need the platinum album one, the Rod Wave one, few Billboard.
Yeah,
We don't have the Billboard plaques as well too. So and then hopefully many more to
Billboard plaques
come.
are
And
expensive, man.
I
Those are
know
more than the gold.
they're all expensive, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
worth
they
it.
are.
Yeah.
So, what would you say is the most important habit that you formed in order to thrive in the music business?
I say just having like a routine is so important for me. Wake up, work out, gets like eat a healthy breakfast, and then you're like ready to go for the day. And then you just hop on the computer. I like to work during the day mostly. Get up early, work during the day, and then um, just getting in that routine of like, okay, today I want to make 5 loops, 5 beats, or I got to work on certain beats for a certain artist who's I've been working with closely. I'll just kind of zone in on that for a while, and yeah, I think the routine
Um,
is super important
yeah.
because if you don't got a routine, it's just like you're gonna be all over the place.
What allowed you to build that routine? Because it took you some time. How long did it take from when you started making beats to when you got your big break? It was a couple
Um,
years, right?
I want to say 8 years, man.
Yeah. So for 8 years, how did you enforce that level of discipline? How did you hold yourself accountable?
It was tough because I was in high school. I played basketball. Um, Played basketball. I didn't go to parties. I didn't party in high school. I just played basketball, and because I was just wanting to make it so bad, and I was making good money off the online stuff too. I didn't ever have to work a job. Just made money off the beats. So that made me just really motivated. It's like I don't need to go to these parties and just do that. I just stay disciplined and at a young age, and I think that time that I put in then, it, obviously worked out, helped out to get me where I am right now in LA, man.
Somebody asked the question. So it's illegal in LA. Do you smoke weed?
Uh, I used to quite a bit, not quite a bit, but every once in a while. But I don't smoke weed no more.
Okay, so the question was, what if you don't smoke? Because a lot of studio sessions kind of, not
No, they get
kind of, they
smoked. No,
involve,
they get
yeah.
smoked out, man. You get the secondhand high. So I've definitely been secondhand high many times.
Okay, so I guess it seemed like more of a peer pressure question. Like, what if I don't smoke? What am I
Oh,
gonna do in the studio session?
honestly, they don't care. They're like, you smoke, hand it out to you. Like, nah, I'm good, bro. They don't. I've never had a problem with somebody saying, "Oh, you don't smoke? Why don't you smoke?" Like, bro.
Yeah, then they just kick you out of the session, delete the Pro Tools file.
Yeah, right. Nah, got too many good beats I'm playing for them to kick me out,
Yeah,
bro.
just if you don't smoke, just make really good beats. You
Exactly.
use
Just
FL, right?
of course, yes. FL
Yeah,
gang.
of course. I don't use FL. I'm thinking about. We'll talk
Sorry,
about that
sorry. No,
privately.
just FL gang. Yes.
Um, which version are you? An 11 guy or are you updated?
I was 11 guy, like die hard for a while, but then I started trying out 20, and like I actually really like this. Just takes like a couple weeks to get used to it because it totally is a different feeling. But I'm digging 20 now for sure.
Mm. Oh, okay. I'm back. It looks like I got kicked out temporarily. What are some of your favorite VSTs or native plugins to use with FL?
Um, I mean, my favorite VST is definitely Contact, Omnisphere, Nexus 3. Serum's pretty cool for like the new like I don't know whatever you want to call it, rage or hyper pop type, Uzi, Sofego type stuff. Serum's pretty good for that. Yeah, it's just to name a few. And then the one shot things are pretty cool too for making melodies. How people are making one shots, the one shot kits.
Okay, speaking of one shots, do you
Yeah.
do you do sound design? This question got asked about 80 times by this guy, so I better answer it.
Do I
Um,
do? I'm actually working on a loop pack. I don't really do sound design like within VSTs or like I really don't get into that. I'm trying to a little bit. I want to get some synths and some like hardware stuff, but I really just be making loops and making beats.
okay, so then what are some of your favorite drum kits to use?
Um, there's a couple. I've just gotten sent like some like from my producer homies. It's kind of like a mix. It's not like one drum kit. It's like a mixture of all their favorite sounds, and I'll do that myself. I'll just take like this sound from this kit, like this sound from this kit and just put it into like a folder.
Got it. So the last
Yeah.
question I have is, how do people follow you on social media, listen to your beats, support your projects, so forth?
Yeah, it's so Instagram is at iceberg wanna bag. Um, Twitter is iceberg_beats. I don't even know what my Twitter handle is up top. I'm trying to get iceberg on a bag, but it's sucking, bro. On Instagram.
Oh,
So
wow.
not on Instagram, on Twitter or
That's
something. They
interesting.
won't
I
let me
wonder who
change
took
it.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna petition that soon. But yeah, just I have a Spotify playlist that I'm gonna, with all the stuff that I produce, that I'm gonna put in my bio on Instagram. So go check out everything I produce on there. And yeah, Apple Music, I'll do the same.
Dope, man. Once again,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule, which I know is probably crazy, to share these experiences with us. Follow Iceberg. Support his projects. Appreciate everyone in the chat. This will be archived, of course. Same time, same place next week. We'll be here. Actually, there's a songwriters panel next week. So some of the top songwriters, hook singers on BeatStars, including Brianna Marin, W Got Bars, and Federo, they'll all be present. And so we can talk about producer relationships with singer-songwriters, beats with hooks, all of that. Same time, same place next Thursday. Iceberg, once again, thank you. Much continued success to you.
Appreciate you, Thane. Shout out the chat too. Appreciate y'all joining.
Yeah, shout out to everyone there.
Yes, sir.
Till next time, everyone. Peace.
All right, peace.